Perseem is a unique networking solution that helps WISPs measure, analyze, and optimize the quality of experience they deliver to their subscribers. Perseem helps WISPs lower churn, reduce support calls, and increase revenue. To learn more, visit perseem.com.
Thank you for participating in the first ever WISP Virtual Summit and Live Expo. We're glad to have had hundreds of owners and operators from across the US and around the world. Thank you to Perseem for organizing the event, as well as to WISPA and other leading vendors for sponsoring it. My name is David Theodore, and I'm honored to close this event with a bold new vision for our industry. And let me spend a minute telling you about my background. Many years ago, I founded Microwave Bypass to create the first fixed wireless access. Back then, we used 23 gig microwave and connected world leaders in education, healthcare, and technology across 48 states and a dozen countries. We were pretty much the only ones in the game back then. Lasted maybe 5 to 7 years. I never thought I'd see another chance like it. And that's where I was wrong. Today, I'm co-founder of Climate Resilient Internet, and the new vision I speak of means all the enterprise business you want at a premium rate that's never about lowest price wins. This is an opportunity that comes around only once in a generation, and it's based on years of research on the impact of climate change on our internet infrastructure. Scientific American wrote a great story on us a couple of weeks ago, and it's just the start. When have you ever read about fixed wireless in a place like that? So let me tell you more about the opportunity, not just as a wireless advocate, but also as a member of Boston's climate action community. It was there that I learned about the growing mandate for climate resilience, impacting major investments and even municipal bond ratings. Even now, hundreds of billions of dollars are going to resilience across all enterprise and government sectors. For instance, plans are afoot to improve resilience in energy, transportation, water, public health, sanitation, construction, national security, you name it. But you know what blew me away? I attended dozens of climate action forums, but never once did anyone talk about the problem of internet vulnerability. That astounded me because data underlies every industry. According to The Economist, it's the world's most valuable resource. Industries can't function without it. Yet they're facing an existential threat because the internet is going down for extreme weather 3 times more this decade than last. And the problem, my friends, is hardly getting better. Therefore, we're waking corporations and governments to the fact that without data, there is no resilience. So now let's talk about the problem. A few years ago, researchers put out a white paper sounding the alarm that climate change could sink a quarter of the internet. It was compelling enough to be covered by major news outlets. Yet I think it was off base because the focus was sea level rise, which is a long-term phenomenon, whereas extreme weather is happening now, virtually everywhere. It's not only impacting fiber, but also the power grid it depends on. Researchers didn't have an answer, but we do. We start with the premise that in the case of extreme weather, fiber is a single point of failure. It doesn't matter how much fiber you have, whether it's redundant, diverse, or self-healing. When it comes to climate events, an aerial complement to fiber is absolutely essential. That's right. And in 3 years of vetting this with the smartest people in tech and telecom, I found this assertion to be irrefutable. And let's be reminded that entire US cities have lost internet for weeks. Cities like New York, Houston, and Miami. And apart from these dramatic cases, extreme weather and aging power grids are causing more and longer internet outages in every region. So now, let's see where fixed wireless fits in all of this. We know that the internet comes from data centers, and many are hardened to critical events. The challenge, of course, is getting to them through power failures, extreme precipitation, or high winds that take down trees, telephone poles, and cell towers. Fiber fails those conditions universally. And what's worse is that weather-related outages are taking days and weeks to fix. Meanwhile, We know that carrier class radios are made for extreme weather. If you threw bolt an 80 gig dish to the roof of a building, that thing is never moving. So long as a building stands, the client's getting internet, right? So according to the highest climate resilience spec, we go rooftop to rooftop with redundant radios and terminate at a secure internet data center that's not in a floodplain. Then at every hop, we connect generators or microgrids that also support critical network and Wi-Fi devices. Along the way, we avoid towers that are vulnerable to wind, hard to reach, or lack sufficient power backup. And ultimately, this is how we guarantee the world's most critical data access. Not by new technology, but by certifying existing solutions and install practices according to new climate resilient specs. Certification guarantees clients the protection they need while rewarding you for meeting quality standards. This isn't your mom's wireless backup. That business never gained traction. Instead, we're advancing new best practices based on the idea that wireless should complement fiber wherever a total internet outage is unthinkable. So let me tell you where this is going. This month, we started awareness raising with PR time for the start of hurricane season. It's the opening volley of a sustained, concerted, well-financed initiative. Whenever anyone hears our message, they can't unhear it. Internet blackouts are a real and growing threat. Fiber is a single point of failure, and fixed wireless is the only answer. Climate change calls our industry to greater relevance, and we're working through a branded, certified solution that's never subject to price erosion. We have a ton of information on our initiative, and we want you to join us. So message me on this platform, visit our website at climateresilientinternet.com, or email me. We appreciate your time, and thank you again to the folks at Preseam, WISPA, and all our event sponsors.
Thank you for tuning into this session at the WISP Virtual Summit, proudly presented by Preseam. Preseam is a one-of-a-kind networking solution developed exclusively for WISPs that helps to find and fix quality of experience issues across towers, access points, and subscribers. To learn more, visit preseam.com today.